Okay, so you've made a wish, and chances are you're probably feeling a little bit of fear. And that's a good sign. When you're feeling fear, this means that you're actually choosing something, or you've chosen something where the stakes are high, which means it's something that you really want, that's really important, that's going to make a difference. And most of all, it's going to challenge you and force you to kind of change and grow and evolve a little bit. And these are all wonderful things. But there's still that problem of fear, and you're going to have to climb over a wall of fear in order to get what you want. So let's look at how you can beat fear. There are ways around it. We're going to go into it deeper in another lesson, but let's go to just the basics today because you need to have just a kind of a foundation to overcome fear if you want to make any progress at all. So let's look at what fear really is. Now, when you're feeling fear, it's basically a physical sensation. I mean, think about it. You probably have like, butterflies in your stomach, or maybe there's tension somewhere in your body, or like tingling in your fingers or something. But basically, fear is a bodily sensation. And because of that, there's something you can do really quickly to overcome your fear. Now, the first step is simply this. All you have to do is just feel that physical sensation and concentrate on it and let yourself feel it. And as this happens, something interesting will happen. You will start to feel, let's say you've got butterflies in your stomach, you will start to feel that fear moving to another place in your body. Sometimes once you notice and pay attention to that feeling in your stomach, maybe it changes to like something else, like your heart racing. Okay, so then you feel your heart racing, just focus and concentrate on that. And eventually that's going to kind of go away and you'll start feeling, like tingling in your fingers. So focus on that. And here's the craziest thing. You spend like 5 or 10 minutes focusing on just the physical sensations of fear, and two things start to happen. Number one, it starts to become less and less. And now you're actually chasing the fear instead of the fear chasing you, and you're weakening it, and you're weakening its hold on you because you're understanding it. What's really happening here is your instincts are warning you about something, or you've decided something's dangerous. But since chances are you're not being chased by a saber-toothed cat, or running away from some like intruder or like a cave bear or something, you actually are acknowledging the fear and saying, okay, thanks for the warning, I get you. And once fear's done its job, it doesn't need to stay there. So it kind of starts to go out of your body. The second thing is something that I call reframing. And in a nutshell, here's what it is. Once you realize that fear is a physical sensation, you'll start to think that maybe this physical sensation isn't just terror or a warning of danger. It can actually be excitement. I mean, think about when you're really excited about something, what do you feel? You might get like kind of giddy. You might get butterflies in your stomach. Your heart might beat a little bit faster. You might feel like tingling in your fingers. Basically, the physical sensations of fear and excitement are the same thing. So you can actually, once you start focusing on paying attention to the physical sensations in your body, the physical sensations of fear, you can start to tell yourself, I'm not afraid, I'm excited. And this is something that, well, I'll give you an example. One of the things that people are really afraid of is public speaking. And I've done a little bit of public speaking. I used to be a teacher, and I'd actually have to stand up in front of a bunch of students that didn't want to be there sometimes. And I'd always feel a little bit of nervousness, but I got to translate that into like a positive, excited energy. And this way, you don't get rid of it, but you reframe it and it becomes something positive for you. So that's the tool I want to give you today for dealing with fear, is focus on just the physical sensations of fear. Let yourself feel them, let them kind of do their work and pass through you, and then think of it as excitement and reframe the whole situation. And now reframing itself is a really cool thing, because throughout this course and throughout your adventure and throughout any adventures you have in your life, you can reframe things to change the situation, transform it like instantly. There's a story in the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho where the hero is just traveled to a faraway country in Morocco. He was a shepherd. He sold all his sheep for gold. So he has all his life savings in this little bag. He goes to another country where he knows nobody. He has no connections or contacts. He doesn't even speak the language. And he gets robbed like in the first 10 minutes he's there. And so now he's penniless, disoriented, in a strange place he's never been before. doesn't know anybody, doesn't speak the language, and he could easily tell himself, wow, I'm fucked. But instead he tells himself, I'm on this exciting adventure. And he reframes it, and almost immediately he comes up with solutions to his problems. He finds food and shelter and companionship very quickly, and eventually he continues on his adventure as if there was no problem at all. So this is what you can do when you reframe. Remember, you're taking the reticular activating system, and instead of focusing on the problems you have or the setbacks you're facing or the fear, you're suddenly focusing on the opportunity and the situation you're in and the adventure. So as you continue on your adventure, as you deal with fear, just focus on this. Feel it in your body, reframe the situation, and pretty soon it's going to go from being an obstacle to being a tool that helps you and a source of energy. So that's what I wanted to talk about today in this lesson. Reframe your fears, and we're going to get into fear in a much deeper and more sophisticated level later on. But this is enough to get you started. So now let's just review. You know that your reticular activating system is going to help you find what you need. You've got a wish that's going to orient your RAS towards what you want to get, and you know how to deal with fear. Now that you have these tools, we're ready to start exploring kind of what your deeper values are. And once you understand this, this will let you refine your wish even more and carry out your adventure. So I can't wait to get to that point. I'll see you in the next lesson.